Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Legislative Lens Spotlighting State Laws podcast. I'm your host, Tim Wilkins. And today's topic, we're actually dealing with Senate Bill 7 out of the special session number 3 out of the 88th legislator branch, out of the 88th legislative session in Texas. It is dealing with the COVID vaccine mandate ban. That's the general topic here. Let's kind of go into the weeds of it here. This issue is having to do with really it's banning private employers from requiring or mandating a vaccine from the COVID-19 pandemic as a part of your employment, a status of your employment. So this Senate Bill 7 was passed by Mays Middleton out of North Richland Hills, I believe. I could be wrong where they're actually located. Spare with me on that. I apologize if I have the wrong city where they're from. But this law prohibits private employers from requiring employees and contractors in Texas to get the COVID-19 vaccine or any type of the vaccine. And so that's really the essence of the bill. It was a part of the special session number 3 out of the 88th legislative session. And is now heading to it was signed by Greg Abbott. I believe it goes into effect March 1st of this year. Actually, I'm sorry. Mays Middleton was actually the Republican state senator out of Galveston, not North Richland Hills. I apologize. So this is really the key issue. This is a individual rights issue, which has come at some pushback from Democrats here in the state because there has been a trigger law that's been enacted soon after this law was signed when it came to the Roe versus Wade situation. So the Democrats are saying body autonomy, my behind, and it's a kind of a conflict here. So Senator Mays Middleton says everyone deserves to make the choice for themselves, and they should not be forced to have to decide between providing for their families and their sincerely held beliefs about the COVID vaccine. All right. So under Senate Bill 7, businesses found in violation will be fined $50,000 and face more fines by the Office of the Attorney General if they deem to be not in compliance. The Texas Workforce Commission would be also tasked with creating more rules around said fines. Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood who these guys were on the bills here. State Senator Kelly Hancock from North Richland Hills. I mixed those names up. Voted for Senate Bill 7, but expressed apprehension with the fine associated with the bill. They would also support. They would originally supported the $10,000 fine on the original version of the proposal. So, and this is what it comes down to. Under the bill as well, employers who take corrective measures would not have to pay any fines. So at the essence here, private employers will not be allowed to force employees, a part of their employment status, to have a vaccine mandate if they don't choose to deal with it. We had that issue here in the state of Texas. Many people are using religious and other exemptions as well to not get the vaccine when the vaccines first came out. And there was pretty much, since the state of Texas as a whole is a pretty large employer of many, not employer of many people, but it has different companies from all political backgrounds and CEOs and things like that. You're seeing a kind of a different situation here. It's definitely greatly appreciated across the citizens of the state to have their own choices when it comes to whether or not they want to make a medical decision. This host entirely does not have an opinion about the vaccine other than it's your body. You know, if you're being recommended to have one of a vaccine for any disease, doesn't matter if it's COVID-19, I would listen to your private physician and go about your life that way. That's the best way to do it. I think it's a great opportunity here for the state of Texas, the citizens of Texas, to have their medical rights not impinged upon when it comes to vaccines in their employment status. So I know this is a quick episode, but I think this is a pretty easy episode. And talking about the impact, I think privately, it's pretty self-explanatory. It keeps everyone gainfully employed, doesn't force you to have a mandate. If you wish to have one, feel free, but you're not required to have one. If a private employer says to get it, you don't have to. They can't fire you for it because then you get sued. So that being said, this is a quick episode of the Legislative Lens, Spotlighting State Laws podcast. Feel free to subscribe, comment below, as well as follow us on X and of YouTube. And hopefully we'll put out some more content here about the laws that were passed here in this legislative session number 88 here in the great state of Texas. Thank you and have a great day.